Hello everybody, welcome back. I want to show you today the that Jackery 1000 that I got, that Jackery had sent me to review, to try and review. And I looked around on YouTube for other review videos to see exactly what I could expect, to get out of it. And it's been tough. A lot of reviews are just bench reviews where showing all the techie stuff about it, and another is, look, it'll run this one thing, and it's great, you'll love it, and look, it runs this one thing, and it's great, you'll love it, and it's like, just not showing me out in the real world what kind of things I can do with it, how long, what I can expect out of, what all I can run, and expect how long it's gonna last, that sort of thing. So, and one other video was a guy sat at his table and said, look, it'll run this, but it won't run that. It'll run this, but it won't run that. And for like a half an hour, I'm like, this really still isn't telling me the real kind of stuff that you would use out in the road or out camping or whatever. If it's gonna last me a couple hours, it's gonna last me a full day, or what kind of things I want to feel for how long this, this particular size, if it would suit me for what I do. And this does. And I'm going to show you a couple things about it, and we'll just go get started. My number one favorite, without a doubt, my most favorite thing about this Jackery is that there's no assembly required. I have power on the road. I don't have to, buy batteries and charge controller and solar panels and an inverter and all the wires and terminal ends and zip ties and on and on and on, all the hardware that's involved in that, and go through this big install process. So, installing a solar system isn't that big a deal really, but I have enough projects going on at times that it was so nice to be able to, this is an all-in-one unit where, it's a lithium battery, it has its own built-in charge controller, pure sine wave inverter. You take it out of the box, and like most items, electronics you buy, they're usually shipped with a partial charge. So I took it out of the box, I plugged it in, I topped it off 100%, it's ready to go. I put it in the van, and that's it. I'm done. I can plug my laptop in, I can go, my smartphone and my tablet and whatever else, and I can just start immediately, just out of the box and go. No screws, no nothing, no messing around. Okay, so let me show you something about this. Now, some of you that's been with the channel for a while here, things have changed in the van. I'll get to that. Stick around here. We're going to get to some of the things that's happened here, and some of the things I've decided. Some things are on their way. Some changes, more changes are going to happen here. But I think I'm kind of moved in enough to where I'm, as generic as it is. I got a little pantry over there, my work table, my little workstation. So we'll get to all that later. And what I've decided to do about air conditioning, we'll get to that. So here's this, the Jackery Explorer 1000. Right now I just have the 12 volt. There's a DC area here, and with USBs and a regular 12 volt port. That is what's running my 12 volt cooler. Actually, it's a refrigerator. So that's what it mainly runs right now, besides my laptop. And it has an input thing here. You can charge it from, plugged into regular wall outlet somewhere, or plugged into your generator. So two ways to charge it there. That's where you plug in the solar panels. And there's another, what else am I missing? So, or while you're driving, you can plug it into the power port up front and charge it while you're driving. So there's 4 ways to charge it. So that's that, and then regular 110 outlets. So this is rated at 1,000 watts. So basically, back to that fellow that was saying, you can't run here, you can run this and you can run that, and this you can't. And basically, you know, every appliance has on the bottom of it, on the back or on the bottom. Let me see, even my little generic coffee maker here, I think it's rated at, you know, on the bottom, it'll give what that appliance is rated at. So basically, if it's 1,000 watts or less, you're safe. If it's you know, over 1,000 watts, you know, it could trip the little circuit breaker inside, and then it resets. All you could do is, you know, power it off, you know, power it off and then back on, and it resets. So, I mean, there is some wiggle room. It will run over 1,000 watts, but that's the basic guidelines of it. So if you're gonna plug in a 1,300 watt hair dryer or hot plate or something like that, it's probably not going to run that. It does have a 2,000 watt surge to get something started. You know, something like a motor, like maybe a blender or a circular saw. You know, those electric motors, there's an initial surge, so it'll absorb that. It'll take that, and then once it's going, then it drops down. But you know, as long as its main running power is under 1,000 watts, it'll be fine. It'll handle the initial surge. So that's that. Okay, so the display has a, you know, right now we're at 90%, so we still have lots of power. That'll easily get us through the rest of today, tonight, watching some TV, being on my laptop for a while, and we'll probably still be at, you know, 70% in the morning. So I could probably go just the normal run of things, my basics, my laptop for working, keeping the cooler running, and maybe a little TV in the evening, and my phones. Those basics, I could probably run this for I bet I could easily go 2 days without having to recharge it. That's not running the generator or not plugging in anywhere. That's no solar panels. That's no charging whatsoever. It holds that much power. So above and beyond that, let me see. Oh, let me finish here with this. The output, we'll get to that output thing here in a minute. The input, let me show you something here. I have over here, my generator on the back has a remote start. Let's start that up a minute, and you'll see this will come on here, and the input is going to be, okay, the little blue light came on. It'll take a couple seconds to ramp up. So, and it has this goes to like a charging brick, kind of like a, that has that blue light on it, kind of like a laptop charger. So, and that's about where it hovers at, is about 145 watts input. And at that rate, if you ran this the whole way down to 0, I think this is rated at, you know, 7 or 8 hours to fully charge if you run it the whole way to 0. Same thing with the solar. If you have really good sun, nice sunny day, it's not obstructed by trees or cloudy skies, okay, you know, ideal conditions, if you're getting really good sun, it brings in, I mean, really close to that. I think it was 130, 135, maybe a little bit more the other day when I had them out. So I think that's why it takes a little bit longer for the solar. I think it's 7 hours if you're plugged in, 8 hours if you have good solar, ideal conditions. So that takes care of the input. Let me shut this generator back off. Okay, and the input goes back to 0. The output. Oh, you want to talk about output? Oh boy, it'll do it. It will do it. But this here I have wired to a power strip, where I have everything wired in. I have the laptop charger, the TV, more charging stuff there that goes to the TV. It just takes more power. Let me see here. Let's see what happens here. Okay, let's okay, went from 2 watts. It'll probably jump up here a bit. There goes the phone is on. Let me see here. Let's go over here and make sure the laptop is plugged in. Alright, yeah, because the laptop's down a little bit. All right, so it's jumping up. About jumping around a little bit till it sorts things out that I just plugged in. 58 watts, and heck, if I actually turn the TV on, probably jump up a little bit more. All right. So the normal run of things are these devices, and depending on, you know, if I'm working a little bit when I get done, you know, I try not to be wasteful and have them both running at the same time. You know, I get done working on a laptop and editing video and such, then shut it off and maybe fire up some TV and watch a little bit of TV in the evening. So this will easily, like I say, by the time the night's over and by morning, this will still easily be at like 70%. You see how fast that actually recovered? That laptop, or that generator, only ran for a couple minutes and it went from 90 back up to 92. So this does recover pretty quickly. It just doesn't seem, they say 7 or 8 hours, but I don't know. It just seems faster to me. Besides all these regular things that I run, the basics, there are some other things that I charge up to that include that I still stay pretty healthy charge wise. And I've actually used this a lot in the van, you know, in the evening. So that's rechargeable. And I also have a rechargeable yeah, it's a little bit dirty, but all kind of rechargeables. What's the other thing? Yeah, projects, you know, I have the recharger for my cordless drill. And what else is hiding around here? And I also have a cordless chainsaw. I've been cutting wood. We have a nice fire going outside. We'll go out. I'll show you that to you in a minute here. But we can plug this here in. In addition to the 75, or I'm sorry, it was only, you know, 60 something charging the laptop and, you know, the TV. And now I've plugged in this this battery for my chainsaw. It's the same battery for my chainsaw and for my drill, my cordless drill, but you know, charging that's up to 75 watts. That's still not a real big draw on it. But let's move up to something a little more power hungry maybe, and see what this will do. And one of the other basics that I run, you know, when I'm working, is I have my printer. So that's also plugged into that power strip back there, which is plugged into here. So this really feeds everything I need to, and it just runs a long time. It really holds a lot of power. Okay, back to, let's find something that's a little heavier hitting than these little devices. Oh yeah, not to mention it keeps the all the camera batteries charged and other rechargeable lights and stuff. All right, we hit the wood jackpot, and I've been cutting some pieces here with with my chainsaw. So this has been nice to be able to recharge this battery. Like I said, the normal run of things, I mean, I can easily go 24 hours and not use half of it with my basics. I could go a second day without ever having to charge this. But if we want to get if we want to start getting spoiled and using modern day appliances, yeah, it'll do it, but it'll probably cut the time down to 1 day. I'll probably have to recharge it every day instead of every other day. So, all right, now this is rated, I thought the bottom said, I'd have to look again, I thought it was rated at 900 watts, and it uses, you know, the rating's pretty good. You know, it's within, yeah, it's actually a little less than Coffee Plus, and you'll see, I think on average, I've been keeping an eye on this, to make a cup of coffee. I think by the time it's ready, it actually uses 4% of the total charge, and drawing that many watts, yeah, that'll drop down to about 87 or 86 by the time this coffee is. So, you know, it's one of those appliances that makes anything that makes a lot of heat, like really hot water, or a microwave, or a toaster, or something like that. You know, as long as it's reasonably within the 1,000-watt range, it'll run it, but you know, it'll use your power faster. We'll let that go a minute because I can get something else out. And yeah, while it's putting out this much power, it does have a fan, you know, that it has to cool itself with a little bit. But I hope these going through these steps gives you some better idea of practical using it. You know, out in the field, real world use on what kind of usage you could expect out of it. I didn't find those bench testing videos very helpful. And will this thing actually last me? If I do X, Y, and Z, will it last me? You know, can I get through a night? So I hope this is going to be helpful. Okay, it just dropped off, and it's down to 87%. Yeah, the wattage kicked back off. I might kick up one more time, just a little bit, to finish this off. But it will certainly do it. We'll get its next thing ready while that finishes. Let's see here. Bread? Why don't I have bread out? Alright, let's try something here. What if we have toast? Because I don't like toast. How about bacon? Alright, let's put this away. Alright, these are like real things that you might do. You know, if you're out camping or traveling, right? Let's plug this in. And I think this toaster runs almost the exact wattage, really close to what the coffee maker did. Actually, I cleaned this thing up, and I know I moved the dial. I kind of like medium to dark, not burnt, medium to dark. I don't know. Let's put it on 3, I'm guessing, and see what happens. Alright. Alright. A little bit less, quite a bit less actually than the coffee pot. So that ain't bad. So we might use 1 or 2%. I wonder if it's going to burn the toast. Shouldn't have kicked up by now. We're going to find out. Oh, there it goes. And look, oh, perfect. That's like perfect toast, right? Right? That is nice. And still, that only dropped it down to 85%. See, so kind of get the feel for, you can do some things with it, you know. Not bad. All right, we're gonna get crazy now here and do something else. Okay, I've got out the microwave. I know, who goes camping with a microwave, right? Well, if you're camping in an RV or a van, depending on how easy you want to have things, you might. So what I've done is I put a bowl of water in there, I guess just to simulate maybe a bowl of soup or something. So, you know, I do want to have a microwave in my van, and it will get built into this unit, this wall unit, once I get a little further along here. But I want to, yeah, say you want to make popcorn one evening, or warm up some leftovers, or have soup. Hey, I don't know, what else can you do with a microwave? But let's make sure this is on. Okay, 100% power level. Yeah, let's go back, make sure it's on 100%. And how long? Let's dial this thing up to, well, we'll take an average. Maybe you're just warming something up for a minute, or maybe you're making a frozen dinner. Let's kind of pick the middle. Let's do 3 minutes and just see what kind of power that uses. And start. There we go. And we're at 84% after making, I think it was at 87. No, is it? I forget, I'm losing track. But we made coffee, we made toast, and it was somewhere about 90%, wasn't it, when we started? So I really think that, you know, it's maybe a typical breakfast. Maybe you're warming up frozen pancakes are, I don't know. But we've had a morning coffee, we've had toast, we've cooked something, and you know, we probably wouldn't have used 10%. Alright, let this go a little bit. Yeah, oh here, this microwave, I almost returned this microwave because it said it was rated at 700 watts. So I thought, that's okay, it just takes a little longer to do something. But rated at 700 watts, it actually pulls. Now remember I said that there's a little bit of wiggle room. That 1,000 watts is approximate. There's a little bit of room for this margin of error, I guess, because this pulls, you know, a little bit over 1,000 watts. So this being rated at 700, that rating is way off. Maybe while that's going on, we should check it on Bella. I'll give her a minute. Oops. Hang on. Hang on here. Let me extend this so we can maybe reach her. Bella. Alright, we're down to less than a minute. We're at 40 seconds. We're down to 79%. Now, I'm not going to get into all the particulars. You know, like I say, the one video is, you know, the guy had his tester out and his multimeter and whatever else he was checking, and just really picking it apart and kind of nitpicking at the specs and how accurate is this and that. And really for a 0.0001 differences, you know, it was just kind of ridiculous to me. I don't know, maybe the particulars about it are important to some people. They're not. To me, you know, I'm basic. You know, I like the bars, kind of like my cell phone. I like the percentage. You know how much, you know, your laptop or cell phone charges, and you just kind of keep an eye on it. You know when it needs charged, and you know if you're doing a lot of these things. Like I say, any appliance that makes a lot of heat, I mean that's the more power it uses. So toaster, coffee pot, microwave. You know, if you use those extensively, you will run this thing down. But you know, you can use the basics, like I say, your devices, a laptop, a little bit of TV in the evenings, and even these to some extent, and you could probably still almost go 2 days. Yeah, I don't think you quite get 2 days out of it. But you know, you don't need to make toast, and you really don't need to use a microwave. The coffee you have to have, but there's an alternative. I did kind of abuse it the other day, and I didn't have a lot of power to begin with, and it was a cloudy day, and there was no way to recharge it really without running the generator. And then I made like 4 cups of coffee that morning, so I really did kind of run it down that one day. But you know, I have an easy. And I was being lazy because I had my other coffee method already out here on the picnic table. So like, here's my other method. This is how easy this is. Okay, you know, I put water in here. Okay, I put this is one of these Kcup things. You put your Kcup down in the bottom part of the base. You heat up water. You take this top off. You put water in it. And, you know, you put it over top of your cup, and you push this down a couple times, and it's just so simple and easy. I mean, I do have that, you know, that doesn't use, you know, any electricity to do it that way. Ouch, of course it's hot. Okay, what else could I say about this? That's the basics for me. I don't care about all the particulars. I just want to know how it's going to work for me and what I do, and I just had a hard time finding that. So I mean, that's come with this little pouch also, and oh, I'll show you the solar panels too, and the adapter for, that's what I keep in there. That pouch is for keeping the charger that runs up to the front, charging with the vehicle, or you can keep whatever in it. The brick will fit in here. You can fit all the hardware in this thing, and the little adapter for plugging in the 2 solar panels. This plugs right into the front of this, the Jackery, and then 2 solar panels plug into that. And also, Jackery has these. There's a whole family of these things, much smaller ones, small enough that would be, you know, you could take hiking, and they even came out with, this is a 1000. Now they also come out with a 1500 and a 2000. That is a awesome amount of power. And if you go to Jackery.com, there are, I mean, I think they're always, you know, here and there they're having specials or sales or that sort of thing. So, yeah, maybe this is way more power than you need. You know, maybe the 500, you know, half of this. Maybe you don't need any of this microwave coffee pot toaster thing, and you just want to keep your devices charged up. For that matter, if it's just cell phones and like a tablet, maybe the smaller, I think there's a 160, a 240, a 300, a 500, a 750, a 1000, 1500, and 2000. So depending on if your needs are a little or a lot, there's a whole family of these things, and I love mine. I just love how much I can do with it. I just love how it was just plug and play, throw it in, and to do the same thing the other way, to put a solar system in the van. I mean, the cost of it. This lithium battery is awesome too, because you can use 100% of it. In the RV, you know, I can only use 50% of my charge before I start damaging the batteries. So a lot of you probably know that already. So there's only that half of the thing I can use anyway. I can use all of this. And by the time I bought batteries, solar panels, charge controller, you know, inverter, this is all in one. Take it out of the box and use it. I love it. I just love it. What else? Oh, the solar panels. Okay, so it comes with 2 of these, and they're nice and slim. They're just easy to store. They're light. They open up like this. They have magnets that hold them together. It has a nice little pocket in it where, you know, the cord comes out, and let's say you just plug that. You plug one cord, you know, plug one cord into this one, get the other one out, plug it into the other one, plug this into the Jackery, and away you go. So it's really, really simple to hook up. And I love this. I love that they have this pouch on the back. You know, it's frustrating to have things that cords, wind them up, hope they don't get caught on stuff or for them to get damaged. So this is really, wait a minute, there's something else here I didn't show you. In here on the back of each panel is also another USB. You can charge directly off the panel. USB port there. You can charge your phone or whatever in a USB-C. So that's really nice that there's a thingy on there. But yeah, I love being able to store these cords. What I do, there we go. That in a way that they're not getting tangled or damaged, caught on anything. I love that. And on the back of these, they have these legs that attach the Velcro. Okay, wait a minute. So you pull the Velcro thing out here, one on this side, and there it is. These are really nice. I love this whole setup. And as this whole van project kind of develops, I'm getting better at where things are going to go and slide away. I'm getting the whole thing better planned out. So I think that's going to do it for the Jackery review and the video in general. Some things, as I said at the beginning of the video, some things are changing with the van. There's just been a change of plan of what's going in it, how it's going in it, what's going to be on board, what's not. I goofed up, nothing got broke, but I had to hurry up and take care of something so it didn't happen a second time. I'll share that and some of the upcoming changes here in the next video or two. That's it for the Jackery thing. Yeah, again, if you're looking at considering, you know, portable solar power, or portable solar generator, the unit is actually called. You know, look at the stuff on Jackery. There's just different sizes for different power needs. I just love the product. I couldn't be happier. And it was, what great timing, getting the van. I could just unbox it and go. Didn't need installed. I'm thrilled about that, and I'm happy with mine and how performance, how much power it gives me. So that's it. Yeah, we'll get back with the other normal van stuff and traveling. Trip coming. We got a trip around the state here. We're gonna get to soon, but I got to get something added before we do that. So we'll be back with all this other stuff soon. Thanks for watching. Yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.